solitude on China's fabled Great Wall, spanning rugged terrain, is something I've always desired to experience. However, the limited public sites and their surging popularity had always made it seem impossible. But is it really? Join me as I set off on foot for the Simatai Great Wall, looming upon the ethereal mountains. And let us find out together. The day began in the quiet of Gubei Watertown, at a modest breakfast at our guest house, in which we had stayed the previous night. Alright, so it's a cloudy sort of morning. We're gonna head to the Great Wall now. Apparently, it only opens at 9, but we're gonna head there a little bit early to get our tickets as well. Wow, do you see that? The hike on paper looks, manageable, but looking at the wall from down here, it looks almost impossible, man. Dang. At the northeastern edge of town was a boathouse, and beyond was the entrance to the Simatai Great Wall scenic area. Okay, here we go. Simatai Great Wall. Let's do this. Meow. So the timings are kind of all over the place online, but apparently this walkway is open before 9, maybe 8 onwards, but I think the ropeway, the cable car, is probably still open 9 onwards. And also apparently today, because they are doing some works with the cable car, I have to be done with all of this by 2 p.m. so that I can take the cable car down, otherwise I'll have to walk all the way back down. So gotta make sure to keep up a brisk pace. Are you seeing this? Let's do this. I set off happily on foot, parting ways with my parents who opted to take the cable car. The morning was misty, mildly cold, but pleasing, and a little trail companion briefly showed up to greet me. So this here is Yuanyang Lake, which is the lake that is upstream of all the water back in town yesterday. So I'm going to be following this lake all the way to the base of the mountain, where I should arrive at the foot of the Great Wall.
来，做个朋友好吗？做个朋友来啊！朋友，我们是朋友啊！朋友，长城猫，长城猫，啊，拜拜。
All these cats, man, even up here. Anyway, not quite at the Great Wall yet, but already doing a significant amount of uphill. The view though is just amazing. And yeah, just coming up on the Great Wall right now. Wow.
That is Gubei. Just a speck in the horizon right over there now. Incredible.
Oh dude, here we go. That is it, right now.
So you can kind of see a break in the wall here as it passes through the waterway below. I expect probably it used to be connected, but it's probably destroyed now. There's also a small bridge here. I think you used to be able to cross over and explore the Great Wall on that side as well. but it is no longer open to the public now, so we can only watch from the distance.
Are you seeing this? So this is, as they say, it. We're on the Great Wall itself. Feels, I don't know how to describe it, but as you can see, there's a lot of uphill waiting for me, but I'm still gonna savor this moment for a while. Wow.
As I watched the wall stretch into the vast distance, I could scarcely shake the feeling. Here I was, alone, on the Great Wall of China. Just for a while anyway.
So no sooner had I thought that I had the Great Wall mostly to myself than this large group just suddenly showed up. But I've let them pass now, they're now up there, so it's quiet again. It's still a pretty quiet Great Wall, I think, so that's good. Okay, here we go. That's tower number 1. After doing all of that, lots more towers to go, but man, already huffing and puffing.
So I made a silly mistake here. This is in fact Tower 3. Towers 1 and 2 being the ones downhill of the entrance. So just ignore the tower numbers I mentioned in the rest of the video. The uphills continued relentlessly, but in return for my labor, the views all around me grew increasingly jaw-dropping, and being able to have all this virtually to myself was like being in a dream.
Okay, I think this might be the second tower. It's kind of partially destroyed. Whew.
Consistent with the defensive purpose of these towers, one could get a great view of the surroundings through the viewports, including Gubei Watertown, through the mist.
Still got a lot of work to do, that's for sure.
While the uphill was continuous and sometimes steep, it wasn't particularly difficult or treacherous. And with the pleasant weather, I made good, steady progress.
Alright, tower number 3. We're making okay progress. Ah man, everything is just epic so far. Awesome.
But of course, I was really further in than I realized, and immediately ran into my parents in the next section.
Okay, so this is a bit odd, but the exit of the cable car is right there, which is supposed to lead to tower number 5. So I'm not too sure what's going on, but apparently that's tower number 5 now. And that's also why I met my parents here, because they took the cable car up, and then this is where the paths intersect, so to speak. Anyway, no big deal. Let's keep going.
Before continuing the hike, we chatted for a bit and took the chance, of course, to get some slick photos.
Okay, tower 5, no biggie. On to tower 6. Tower 6. So
So I started in Gubei over there, and then I kind of traced the Lake Yuanyang all the way to the beginnings of the Great Wall somewhere over there, and then scaled the wall over the mountains all the way. Seems pretty unbelievable. So I believe this here leads to the cableway, and that's tower number 8. So I think I can go all the way to number 10, and I'm doing pretty good on time, so I think I'm going to try to do that, then come back here and take the cableway down. That's the plan. Okay, so that's number 8, and number 9 and number 10 is just over there. So it looks like I've done most of the work already, and actually this didn't take very long at all. It's been about 2.5 hours since I started hiking, so very rewarding, very beautiful hike, and actually not too hard. Very nice. I guess I've earned myself a break here a little bit. So let's talk a bit of history. This wall here, you see, is built chiefly in the Ming Dynasty about 600 years ago. That was when the emperor moved the capital from Nanjing to Beijing so that he could kind of stabilize the northern territories. And these walls are kind of part of that project as well.
Indeed, the Simatai section is known for being among the best preserved stretches of the Ming Great Wall, with about 75% of its bricks and its granite base being authentic, dating back a half millennium.
Alright, so here we are. This is the finish line. This is tower number 10. The area beyond this tower is not open to the public, so this is as far as we can go. Still, look at this. I'm not sure how high up on this mountain we are. The rock formations are beautiful. Man.
A barrier, watched over by a guard, closed off further access. Word is that the treacherous sections ahead used to be traversable by the daring, but after a few fatal accidents, the authorities decided to close it off. In any case, there was nowhere else to go but back. With time to spare, I decided to pause for some lunch, munching on a large rice bowl I packed from yesterday's restaurant.
Alright, now time to get down to the cableway, which from the 8th tower is a pretty steep stairway. So good thing I'm going downwards. 你来长城啊哈？你来长城啊？Wow, so from the station here you can see some of the closed off sections of the Great Wall. Man, it looks amazing.
Have a nice trip.
辖区，司马台长城索道采用法国波马公司先进模的牌坊，为五形状的石狮，口衔铁环绕的古贝之旅。
尊敬的乘客朋友们，你们
Upon getting back down, I went straight back to the guest house to rest up. And before long, it was evening.
是其次 ，Come on，懂吗？懂吗？懂吗？懂吗？
Okay, it's evening and we're heading or trying to head to this thing called 山顶教堂, which means church on a hill or something. We were told the view from there is very nice. We're gonna try not to climb up on our own though. We're gonna try to get a car or vehicle or some sort to send us up there. So hopefully we find something like that. Okay, success. We just took this thing up to this hilltop here, and apparently they don't have regular bus trips up here. You actually need to call them, but the shopkeeper at the bus stop was nice enough to help us call because we don't have a Chinese number, right? So we're here now. This is the hilltop church. I don't know why there's a hilltop church, but it's kind of nice. I think we can go inside, so we'll go take a look in a bit. So there's a wedding photo shoot going on inside of the church, so I think we'll leave the interior to them for now, and we're gonna go and take a look at the night view from the hilltop instead, which is supposed to be very beautiful. Pretty incredible. There isn't much space here. That's the way down already. But yeah, right here on this platform here, this view is just... Okay, so this here is a hilltop coffee house. It's got a very beautiful view at the balcony, basically of the entire town. But instead of having coffee over there, we've decided to have it indoors where it's nice and comfortable. And after coffee, we can go take advantage of the balconies.
Weekly coffee.
Honestly, not particularly good. Quite expensive as well, but I guess that's how it is. So the wedding photo shoot is still going on, but we still got a brief look at the church. And now we are going to try to get a car to take us back down the hill. Hopefully that goes well. So this is interesting. This is called 地瓜巴士, which is something that we tried back 10 plus years when we first visited the northeast of China. It's basically sweet potato with a layer of sugar syrup on it, And what you do is you dip it into the cold water so the syrup solidifies and it becomes crispy. It's good.
After a simple but good dinner at the guest house canteen, we headed back to our own guest house.
Okay, we're back. My parents are nicely settled. There's a drone show going on. But there is one more highlight for tonight before the day ends. If you've been watching my videos, you know that one creed that I live by is that the post-hike onsen is to be attempted whenever at all possible. And what do you know? Gubei is a hot springs town. So we gotta go try to get a hot springs dip. Okay, here we are. This is Yuda Sui Shijie, which is one of the many hot springs facilities here. I have a discounted rate because I'm staying at a local hotel, so it's a chilly night. I know the way they do things are gonna be a bit different from the Japanese, but I'm certainly looking forward to this. All good, so talk to you after the whole business as usual. We're done. Feeling pretty great, gotta admit. So compared to a Japanese onsen facility, this one functions a little bit more like a public pool. You get separate changing rooms for men and women, separate showers, but the pools themselves are shared. You gotta be in your swimming trunks when you're in it. There's an indoor pool area. There's also a very nice outdoor pool that is basically at the top of the building, and from which you can see the Great Wall lit up above the mountains in the distance. So being, in a pool of hot water, enjoying a view like that, that's worth a lot of points. So 7 out of 10, not bad.
So I'm pretty sure this is tower number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got as far as here.
It's our last day in China, and we took the morning easy before our ride back to Beijing, strolling around the picturesque townscape, taking some final photos.
So we are now in Beijing Daxing Airport, and the flight is tomorrow. We're just here for dinner. We found ourselves some Peking duck, so why not, eh? Oh yeah. So several impressions of Beijing Daxing Airport so far. It is massive, it looks very pretty, it's very fancy, and also the security checks are some of the most stringent that I've ever experienced. Last meal in Beijing. Something we noticed about Beijing is that the meal portions here are actually quite large. We just ordered 2 bowls of noodles and it's more than enough. Okay, so that's the end of the adventure this time in Beijing, China. It's been pretty great, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.